Now we are going to look at our last biological molecule. So we've gone over carbohydrates, lipids, nucleic acids, and now we're going to talk about proteins. So we're going to start off by looking at the monomer of proteins. Again, a monomer is a subunit or a building block. So proteins are made by building up amino acids. Amino acids are known as the monomer or the subunit to make a protein. So if you look at this picture right here, each circle represents an amino acid. Again, when you put together multiple amino acids, it will make the biological molecule of a protein. Now, each amino acid is bonded and connected together. They're connected by something called a peptide bond. So another name for protein, you guys, is a polypeptide. The reason being because poly means many, and again, the amino acids are being held together by peptide bonds. So a polypeptide also means a protein. Amino acids are the monomer connected by peptide bonds. The elements or atoms that are included in proteins are carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, just like all biological molecules, and a nitrogen. All right, moving on. So we have millions of proteins, millions of proteins. The proteins are dependent on the order of amino acids. So the way that an amino acids chain together and fold together creates a different protein. So as you guys see right here, this coil weird shape, depending on how it coils and how it folds and bends, determines what protein it is. So we have millions of different proteins. However, we're only going to talk about 5 here. Enzymes, hormones, hemoglobin, and antibodies. These are the only ones that are going to be tested on you guys. So first of all, we have enzymes. Enzymes help to speed up any chemical or metabolic reactions. Hormones allow for cells to communicate with one another. Cells have to communicate in order for things to work properly. Hemoglobin helps to transport the oxygen throughout the body in the blood specifically, because we need oxygen everywhere. Hemoglobin is the protein that transfers it in the blood. Then we have insulin. If you've ever heard of insulin, a lot of diabetics take this. Insulin helps to lower and maintain the amount of sugar that's in your blood. And lastly, we have antibodies. Kind of sounds like antibiotics. You take antibiotics when you are sick. Antibodies, on the other hand, are naturally producing proteins in your body that help to protect from pathogens. Pathogens are anything that causes a disease. So bacteria, COVID-19, viruses. So if you haven't gotten COVID-19, it means your antibodies are working and protecting you. And just to reiterate this one more time, the connection between DNA and proteins. DNA, which is an example of a nucleic acid, holds the genetic information that helps to build the protein. All right, that is it for our proteins and our nucleic acids.